Let's see the world's reaction to the overwhelming electoral victory of Javier Milei, from Donald Trump, Michelo, and even Gustavo Petro. Let's start with Trump. Now, President Donald Trump congratulates Javier Milei on his overwhelming victory in the elections. Congratulations to President Javier Milei for his crushing victory in Argentina. He is doing an excellent job. The Argentine people justified our trust in him. A major advantage for Javier Milei and Argentines is having Donald Trump's support. And believe me, that's a huge advantage. But anyway, here Javier Milei responds. Thank you, President Trump, for trusting the Argentine people. You are a great friend of the Republic of Argentina. Our nations should have never stopped being allies. Our people want to live in freedom. Count on me to fight for Western civilization, which managed to lift more than 90% of the world's population out of poverty.
Friends, the election in Argentina is over and Javier Milei's party swept the vote with more than 40% of the votes going to the libertarian Javier Milei. And let's remember that Donald Trump has influenced the vote of Argentinians, saying that if they didn't vote for Javier Milei, he wouldn't release the $40 billion for Argentina. But that's not the only factor. Remember, Fuerza Patria ran unelectable candidates and I criticized it. And I got criticized within Peronism and social movements, right? For saying that Itai Hakman, a guy born in Israel, in Tel Aviv, is a candidate for Peronism. Juan Manuel Urtubi from Salta, a criminal. How many victims? How many women has he harmed?
Michelo is surprised because there were criminal candidates in Peronism, in Kirchnerism. Please, like everyone. I mean practically everyone who isn't a criminal within Kirchnerism. Unbelievable.
The markets have reacted. The dollar started to go down, obviously, because $40 billion in loans are going to come in, which we'll have to pay back with usurious conditions. Handing over rare earths, uranium, lithium, and, well, more American bases in Argentina.
Look, I'm not going to come here and say whether the issue with the United States is right or wrong. Only time will tell. But what catches my attention is how Kirchnerism suddenly becomes concerned about the economy, about the debt. Please? They have destroyed Argentina for decades. They brought the country to total ruin. They pushed Argentina to the limit and now suddenly they're concerned about the economy. Please don't be hypocrites. What these people do is unbelievable.
But anyway, let this be a lesson because Peronism got 24%. I mean, it's a disgrace. Unvotable candidates. There has to be renewal within the Peronist popular movement.
Renewal, please. The party should disappear. No one should ever vote for them again. But the problem is that we're in Latin America. That's the problem, that we can never completely get rid of them. Of those political parties that leech off the state, that leech off the Argentine people.
Because if you tell the truth and say real things, they tell you to shut up.
Like Alberto Nisman, he spoke out against Cristina Kirchner and now he's at rest. That's how these mobsters operate. It's the harsh reality. Just to clarify, because with the Kirchnerists or Nicolas Maduro, you never know. I love my life. I'm very happy. I don't have any problems, no chronic illnesses. I feel great. If tomorrow, suddenly, Astro dies of a heart attack, after receiving 800 bullets in the back, like I said, I don't have heart problems. Just look at the 800 bullets in the back. That's the key. That's the reason.
And it's time to change, friends. Let this be a moment to reflect. Let it lead to a change within Peronism. Let there be renewal. Because the same criminal dinosaurs like Manuel Urtubey are still running as candidates. That can't happen anymore, brother. It can't happen anymore. Did Milei win? Not for his government performance. He hasn't even installed a water tap or done any public works. Basically, he's giving away the country, but what does the opposition offer to the Argentine people? Criminals who've ruined our country?
Even Michelo is making sense for once. I feel the same about Mexico. Many wonder how Morena is in power. I ask, what does the opposition offer? Criminal delinquents, same as always, they're all narcos in the Mexican government, so what can you do?
That's the people's answer. They're not stupid. They want change and leaders who fight for them and the country. We need new leadership in Argentina. If not, the libertarians are going to keep advancing more and more. Don't you hear? People punish them with their vote. It's time for you to listen, damn it. Stop picking candidates by hand. Enough, brother, enough.
Look, I have to be honest, Michelo made a pretty coherent and sensible analysis of the current situation of Kirchnerism. He's not as dumb as he seems. He's not that dumb. What happens is that Nicolas Maduro's money has more influence. And recently, Gustavo Petro's money too. Who ends up... He came out to talk about Javier Milei's overwhelming electoral victory and said the following: progressivism triumphed in Argentina. Did Gustavo Petro really post this? Oh guys, Gustavo Petro is drinking right now. He's had too much. Gustavo Petro again. This can't be possible. This guy, Gustavo Petro, is always saying that he's wiped out Colombia's cocaine. He's right. He's done it with his nose. It's incredible. This guy is something else. I love it because actually someone replied to him with that on Twitter. Gustavo Petro said, "I'm announcing that I've destroyed 17,000 cocaine labs during my administration." They replied, "With your nose?" Unbelievable. Gustavo Petro is drunk. It's incredible. I mean, he always is. Honestly, just listen to him talk. Gustavo Petro's situation is shameful. I'm telling you, he has serious issues, but the troubles he'll face next year after leaving power in Colombia will be intense. Now, let's see what people are saying here because, seriously, it's complete madness. Milei sweeps the midterm elections. Is this a preview of the 2026 United States elections? The Argentine midterm elections were not just a victory, they were a statement. Milei's coalition, La Libertad Avanza, got 41% of the national vote, crushing the Peronist opposition by almost 10 points. For a man known for chainsaws and economic shock therapy, that's validation and an advantage. Half of the lower house and a third of the Senate were at stake. Milei's party won 16 out of 24 provinces, including Buenos Aires, the country's biggest and toughest prize. With approximately 115 deputies and 6 senators, now he only needs a few more votes to push through major reforms in Congress, without having to ask permission from the old-school supporters. Milei described the result as proof that Argentines don't want to go back. Translation: the era of Peronist populism is over, at least for now. But well, ladies and gentlemen, I would really like to know what you think and what your opinions are about all this. Thank you very much, and see you next time.